What's written on the gravestones at a cemetery is not, how did this person feel internally? What was this person's sexual orientation or self-decided gender? That's never on the gravestone.
안녕하세요. 벤 샤피로의 2024년 10월 몬태나주의 두 번째 연설입니다. 이 연설에서는 미국의 민주당이 미국을 어떻게 망가뜨리고 있는지에 대한 내용이 나옵니다. 우리나라에도 대입해서 보면 어떤 정치인이, 어떤 정당이 우리나라를 망치고 있는지 볼 수가 있습니다. 다 함께 보시죠.
And then there's a very different vision. And that different vision is a vision that unfortunately has gained an enormous amount of prominence in Western civilization as a whole. And this is, as opposed to the lions, the scavengers, the people who believe that they are owed everything and owe nothing. They owe no duty to their civilization, no duty to the people around them. They do not believe that they owe it to themselves or to their community to be pioneers, to build things, to make things better, to go to war. They are owed something, and if they don't get that thing, they're angry at the civilization that has not given them that thing. And it needs to be fundamentally restructured. There needs to be fundamental change, in the words of President Obama. There needs to be radical change. The system is to blame when failure occurs. Pioneering is bad, because pioneering is just evidence of exploitation. Right? That's another philosophy. The philosophy that says that the warriors who have to do bad things in the night, those are bad people. And they're representative of a bad civilization. And if only we were just sweet and nice to everybody on earth, well, then everybody would be sweet and nice right back to us. And that is ignorant, and it is stupid, and it is dangerous. And it gets human beings killed. The kind of human beings that populate our civilization. Stupidity has consequences. It has consequences, like leaving billions of dollars of military equipment to the tender predations of the Taliban in Afghanistan. It has consequences, like the consequences of October 7th, when the Biden-Harris administration decides that it's going to make overtures to the Iranian mullahs. It has consequences all over the world, because it turns out that America's enemies are not nearly as stupid as America's left. And they are perfectly willing to do terrible things. And these people also happen to be the same people who oppose the weavers, because they see the social fabric as an imposition. Right? When they look at how they feel about themselves, the way most people define themselves and have throughout Western history is as individuals with duties. You're defined in your life by the things you do in your life. You know, when I talk to young people, which I do for a living, when I talk to young people, one of the things that I frequently say is, if you're looking for a purpose in life and what your life should be, actually the best way to determine what a human life looks like is by going to the cemetery and looking what's written on the gravestones. What's written on the gravestones at a cemetery is not, how did this person feel internally? What was this person's sexual orientation or self-decided gender? That's never on the gravestone. What's on the gravestone is beloved husband, beloved father, beloved mother, beloved daughter, right? Roles that you fill in society that make the world a better place and your family a better family and your children better people, right? Those are the roles. But there's a group of people who believe that what they really are is not people who actually owe duties to one another and a series of values to be implemented in the next generation. They don't believe in that. What they believe is they are their feelings. And if their feelings are hurt, that's an imposition on them. And that means that any social institution that sets rules and has expectations is necessarily bad and an imposition. So family is bad because it has an imposition on me. It makes demands of me. Church is bad. We ought to get people out of church because church, you know, it turns out that when you read the book says you should do things. And doing things might be an imposition on who you are. And so we should fight all of that. We should tell people not to go to church. In fact, church is just a bastion of bigotry. And these are people who believe that all the rules have to be transgressed. Family is an enemy because family, again, has those expectations of you. And so we have to break down all of society into radical isolationist individualism, atomism. That breaks down society. That is a vision. And the only unifying thing about the people who oppose providing and oppose the warriors and oppose the weavers is that they believe that if they are given ultimate power, they can restructure society in a better way. They have to tear down the system and build something new. Now, they disagree on what actually has to be built, but they agree that the system has to be torn. That is the coalition of the modern left. Not just the coalition in the United States, but also abroad. And that is what we are fighting for right now. Our civilization is at a crossroads, and elections like this matter because history turns on inflection points, on things that in retrospect look major, but in the moment they look like, were they really going to matter all that much? Is one Senate? The answer is yes. One Senate seat absolutely matters. because this can be the moment where America changes the inflection of its future. There's a party in this country that wants the future of America to be stagnation, social decay, foreign policy weakness. They want America to basically slide into a morass, just a little slowly. And then there's one party and there's one group of people who want America to build, to explode forth. They want the next century to not just be an American century, but to be the American century, the greatest America has ever been. This is what President Trump means when he says, make America great again. He doesn't mean everything about America's past was perfect. What he means is our vision of America, the people who built America, that's still there, and it lives in all of us, and it can live within all of our children if we provide them the same framework of values and the same framework of institutions and the same framework of courage that our parents provided to us.
저는 20대 때 유럽 여행을 오래 한 적이 있었는데요. 그때 만났던 유럽 친구들이 있었습니다. 이 친구들은 되게 자유로워 보였어요. 어떤 규율이나 규칙에 얽매이지 않고 자유롭게 자기들이 살고 싶은 대로 사는 것 같았습니다. 저 또한 그들과 대화를 하면서 또 유럽 작가들의 책을 읽으면서 우리를 올가매고 있던 규칙이나 규율에서 해방되는 것이 참된 자유라고 느꼈었습니다. 그러나 그 친구들하고 여행을 하면서 같이 지내보면 지내볼수록 뭔가 자꾸 이상한 겁니다. 사회에 정해놓은 어떤 보편적인 룰이라는 것이 있는데 그걸 무시하는 것을 넘어서 해체시켜야 한다고까지 이야기하는 친구들도 있었습니다. 나중에 인스타를 통해서 봤는데 어떤 숲으로 들어가서 자기들끼리 공동체를 이루고 나체로 살더라고요. 마약과 술은 말할 것도 없고요. 이들은 자유라는 것을 추구했지만 우리 삶에 놓여져 있는 보편적 규율 안에서의 자유가 아니라 그 규율 자체를 깨버리는 극단적 자유로 나아갔던 거죠. 평범하게 살아가는 인간들의 합의하에 만들어진 여러 규칙들을 억압이라는 형태로 여기기 때문에 그 억압을 부셔버리고 해체시키는 것이 그들의 목적이 된 겁니다. 이런 규칙들이 만들어지는 곳은 가정, 그리고 학교, 또 교회가 있습니다. 결국 이들은 남녀로 이루어진 가정을 부수려 하고 선생과 학생들 간에 마땅히 지켜져야 할 규율들을 학생 인권이라 포장한 채 없애버리려고 합니다. 따라서 학교에서 선생들의 권위는 설 자리가 없어지게 됩니다. 교회는 편견을 조장하는 사회 악 같은 단체가 되어버리기도 하는 겁니다. 이러한 사고방식이 지배하는 사회는 어떤 모습일까요? 가족은 더 이상 아이들에게 책임과 용기를 가르치는 장이 아니며 교회와 공동체는 편견의 상징으로 여겨집니다. 사회는 결국 고립된 개인주의로 분해되고 사람들은 각자의 이익만을 추구하는 원자화된 존재로 남게 되는 거죠. 이렇게 원자화된 이기적 개인주의만을 추구하는 사회가 진정 건강한 사회로 나아갈 수 있을까요? 아니요, 절대로 그럴 수 없습니다. 벤 샤피로가 말했듯 문명의 유지와 발전은 개인의 책임과 공동체적 역할에 달려 있습니다. 우리가 가진 자유는 무제한적인 권리가 아니라 책임과 의무를 다할 때 비로소 실현되는 것입니다. 우리는 부모로서, 배우자로서, 또 공동체의 일원으로서 맡은 역할을 다할 때 세상을 더 나은 곳으로 만들 수가 있습니다. 극단적 자유는 일견 좋아 보이고 어떤 것에도 얽매이지 않는 것처럼 자유로워 보이지만 결국 그 끝은 파멸일 수밖에 없습니다. 그렇기 때문에 우리 자신에게도 우리 사회에게도 우리를 디시플린, 즉 훈련시켜줄 여러 장치들이 필요한 겁니다. 이런 장치들을 악마화시키고 그 규율들을 없애버리려고 하는 사람들이 있죠. 번지르르한 말들만 늘어놓으면서 표심을 얻기 위해 선동하는 정치인들이 있습니다. 저들은 이 사회를 썩게 하는 기생충들일 뿐입니다. 우리 국민 한 사람 한 사람이 올바른 가치 위에서 싸워갈 때 우리는 더욱더 건강한 정신과 사회를 만들어 나갈 수 있겠죠. 그렇게 되기 위해선 우리가 더욱더 공부하고 열심히 배워야 합니다. 재밌게 보셨다면 좋아요, 구독 한 번씩 눌러주시고요. 다음에 또 번역 영상으로 찾아오겠습니다. 감사합니다.